to the Real Big Fruit Podcast. I'm your host, Big Fruit, the Michael Jordan of Record, also known as the voice of the streets, better known as the glue, because I like to keep things together and keep them in a proper perspective. How y'all doing out there? Y'all see the title, right? That boy Bimmy, man. We all know yesterday the Supreme Truth drop. Shout out to Preem, free Preem. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Prince. They dropped the Supreme Truth yesterday, and that shit got the streets buzzing. And in that documentary, Preem expressed to the world he must expose James Bimmy Antony as a confidential informant for the past 40 years, since 1985. He started telling in 85, 87 he was on a world tour with Run DMC, so God knows how much stuff he done told, right? He been in the streets for 40 years doing what he do. I don't think Bimmy ever did a bid. He ain't ever did them in New York State, and he ain't ever been to the feds. I could be wrong, but I don't believe so. And with saying that, he, Bimmy, because I was following him until today. He popped up on my story on my stories today, and I opened his story, and his story was basically a lame response to all the chitter chatter and the statements and allegations that Preem made about him. He put an audio or video up of a dude talking about being home for 40 years. Like, yo, niggas in jail talking about it's rough. It's been rough out here for a nigga who been in the street for 40 years. And when I seen that, it rubbed me wrong. So the first thing I did was unfollow Bimmy. Like, damn, son. All right. They calling you a rat. And this is how you respond. If you going to respond, you respond manly. Like, I ain't no rat. I want to see the paperwork, show and prove. That's how you respond. But when you responded the way you responded with that video of a dude talk about how he been home for 40 years, you know what I'm saying? Notice how he said the number 40 years. So that was a direct shot at Preem in a response to Preem. But the response is saying, I've been out here 40 years. Listen, my man. If you've been out there for 40 years, in the mix, in the loop, and you ain't never get knocked off, you ain't never did a bid, it's a great possibility you ain't writing exact, bro. I don't know too many dudes that rip and ran the street and had their hands in the mix for 40 years. You know what I'm saying? 40 years and you ain't never been to jail. It's a great possibility you suspect. And come to find out, you just may be suspect. Your man was popping. It's nasty out here. No question. AJ Strata. Facts. How can you respond that way? Okay, you seen the response. Preem got to show the work. No exception. You can't dirty a man's name up without the work. Absolutely, but about the work, shout out to Zip the Drip. You know what I'm saying? Zip the Drip, he be on. First and foremost, Zip the Drip is the one who exposed the very first. So it is paperwork. You got to rely on the paperwork that Zip the Drip exposed, because Zip the Drip paperwork coincides with everything Preem's saying. Yo, this dude was a confidential informant by the name of Music for over 40 years. All right, Preem said that, but Zip the Drip been showed the paperwork. Zip the Drip been established the fact that Bimmy was the confidential informant known as Music. So if you want paperwork, you're going to have to go to the Zip the Drip channel. You know what I'm saying? Go to Zip the Drip's YouTube channel. You know what I'm saying? Let's get to that. And research the Bimmy situation, and you'll see the paperwork. You'll see the paperwork. I don't know if Preem got more paperwork, but Zip the Drip got the paperwork. He exposed it on YouTube for everybody to see. Yo, what's going on, Green Peace? I just met a guy, but after we met, he didn't contact me again. What do you think that means? He ain't trying to fuck with you. Preem would have got sent up top in the USB if him and Bimmy was on the compound and Preem made those allegations without actual work. Preem would get ran up top. No says, listen, man, I keep telling y'all looking for more paperwork? Go to the Zip the Drip channel. Zip the Drip exposed the paperwork. That's how all this commotion started. That response was crazy, but Zip was the one who said it years ago, and niggas attacked him. I want to see what niggas say. Niggas gonna say being that Preem said it himself. They gotta rely on that paperwork, man, because if what's going on here? Why I got all dark? Why my screen got dark? My bad. You know what I'm saying? If yo Black Cow was popping. If Zip the Drip started all this chaos with some paperwork, son. He exposed some paperwork that everybody said that was a lie. Now Preem is doubling up, saying the man is an informant for 40 years. So that means that paperwork Zip the Drip had was on point. The Zip paperwork is basically on who you believe, because it didn't actually show Bimmy told. I guess y'all do paperwork parties different in New York. Oh, I'm not speaking as if I seen the paperwork. I know Zip the Drip paperwork exposed all this. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if the paperwork established Bimmy's name or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? But when you're a confidential informant, I'm quite sure they try to hide your name, keep your name buried. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of speculation and leaves it up to people to add 1 + 1 = 2. That's another thing, man. We gotta stop. Listen, man. When it comes to man, I was in the joint. I wasn't in the street when all this rat and shit started up and niggas was telling and niggas was pointing niggas out. I learned about paperwork in the prison system. So dudes would run around with paperwork on dudes, or this niggas rat singing no good. You had dudes that would make paper on niggas, all types of crazy shit, right? But at the same time, in the prison system, I watch how dudes move, the shit they do, the plays they make, and I was able to say, yo, that nigga's a rat, son. Watch that nigga. That nigga ain't no good. I ain't had no paperwork on that nigga, but I felt it. You know what I'm saying? My gut said the nigga wasn't no good. And lo and behold, a nigga would eventually do some sucker shit to let you know. See, I told you that nigga wasn't no good. And then again, when the dude come to the paperwork, everybody screaming paperwork fake. Yo, that paperwork fake. Ain't no more real paperwork, son. Let's be real. Everybody got fake paperwork. Yo, that shit fake. That shit fake. That shit fake. I don't never hear nobody say, yo, that's real paperwork. All paperwork is fake. Now, if you're going to dispute a newspaper article, okay, newspaper articles are fugazi, son. You can't believe nothing a fucking newspaper journalist will say. You know what I'm saying? Because he trying to get popping. He trying to get the big article on the front page. You can't always believe that shit. So we ain't going to believe periodicals. We ain't going to believe periodicals. They fun to look at. They fun to critique. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, we can't rely on a newspaper article, because a newspaper article doesn't hold weight in the court of law. Those DD5s, those video confessions, those handwritten statements, all that shit gets produced in the court of law, son. You understand what I'm saying? So when everybody's screaming paperwork, you don't know what to believe, man, because niggas make fake paperwork. Real paperwork get criticized and labeled as fake. You don't know what to believe when it comes to that shit, son. Yo, Gary G was popping. You don't know what to believe when it comes to that shit, son. But it's nasty out there right now for Bimmy. And then he responded with this corny shit, son. That was a lame response. And we know it was a direct response and a shot at Preem, because he used a video and audio of a dude bragging about being home for 40 years. That's how you respond, son? Nah, son. Nah, the streets ain't feeling you, Bimmy, son. You looking real crazy. I stopped following him today because of that. Because he popped up out of nowhere today on my story. Oh, shit, Bimmy. Let me see what he talk about. Sure enough, respond to Preem. I ain't like how he responded. I unfollowed him, and now I'm here to talk about his response. That was some real lame shit. Peace, Bill Blunt. Squeak, what's popping? Yeah, man, Bimmy suspect, son. Listen, man, there's a whole bunch of y'all in here, man. Smash that like button and show me some respect. Smash that like button, son. Y'all know this the realest YouTube channel. I keep it shaking. Listen, tomorrow night is going down. We got Babe Paul, a.k.a. the mayor of Brownsville. Mr. C. Franklin will be in the building. And that same dude Bimmy posted, it's the same nigga that says Zip was lying. Yeah, because Zip on his heels. Just like Zip was exposing that shit. Zip was the first one to expose the documentary yesterday. And Zip was the first one to expose that motherfucking lame ass response. Zip is on his heels, son. Zip is on his heels. And he calling out 10 toes down. Yo, Shaft, what's up, son? This shit looking crazy. Because they calling Shaft out now. A.K.A. 10 toes down. Y'all know who he be. They calling him out. Because Bimmy was his guy. He was rooting for Bimmy. You know what I'm saying? He was rooting for Bimmy. I would hate to be in that position. Lord, don't let one of these niggas I be rooting for paperwork come out on these niggas. You know what I'm saying? Please don't let that happen. Because I be rooting for certain niggas. You know what I'm saying? But 10 toes down was rooting for that man. Hard body. Fighting with niggas on YouTube. He's fighting with Zip. He's fighting with Glaze. He's fighting with a bunch of motherfuckers over Bimmy. No question, no question. I heard you, Greeno. Mr. Brown was popping. Yeah, son. I wonder how 10 toes feel. Or what he gonna say. He gotta respond. He gotta respond. Because that was his guy, son. I think he was on that show with Math Hoffa and them with Bimmy, right? He was in the building with Bimmy. That's his guy. I forgot to tell you, they said 10 Toe Down was up north sending niggas pictures for money. Then his big homie is a rat. Nasty work. Yeah, 10 Toes Down admitted that shit himself. Arguing with niggas and fighting with Glaze and all that shit. Yeah, he admitted that shit. That's crazy, son. That's crazy, right? 10 Toes Down. That nigga Shaft was a funny nigga, son. Word. There got to be better ways to get money. I'm not doing all that crazy shit. But anyway, yeah, son, the streets is shaking right now. Queens, oh, I'm feeling it. Word. Word. Shit crazy. Shit nasty out there, son. Word the mother, shit nasty out there. Wow. Listen, man, you know how I do. I come through 6 minutes, Dougie. I say what it is, say what it ain't. And you know me, I keep my eye on things, and Bimmy responded with some lame shit with a lame Instagram story post. And I just wanted him to know, man, I stopped following you today behind that shit, son. That was corny. Because you used the video and audio of a dude bragging that he was home for 40 years. That was a direct response to what Preem had to say. And it was a lame response, son. You basically admitting, yeah, I've been out here for 40 years telling on niggas, so what? That's what you said, son. That's what you said. No good. Listen, man, it's your boy Big Fruit. I come through 6 minutes, Dougie. I say what it is, say what it ain't, man. And right now, it is not about that boy Bimmy, son. Bimmy is suspect out there. He's suspect. Real talk. Until next time, y'all know what it is. Salute.